Chosen ones, welcome to December, the season of revelation, reckoning, and radiant triumph. While the world wraps its gifts in glittering paper, the universe is delivering packages of another kind: truth, justice, and consequences. This holiday season isn't just about twinkling lights and festive cheer. It's about the scales of justice tilting sharply in your favor. And for those who dared to dim your light, this isn't a season of celebration. It's a reckoning wrapped in a bow. The energy they poured into sabotage has come full circle, slapping them in the face like a cold December wind. They spent their year weaving webs of deceit, hoping to trap you, only to find themselves tangled and suffocating in their own lies. They planted weeds in your garden, and now, as the frost of accountability sets in, they're left with barren fields and bitter regrets. As the saying goes, what you sow, you shall reap. This year, they're reaping a harvest of thorns while you bask in the glow of a garden bursting with abundance. Let's not sugarcoat it. This isn't just karma, it's cosmic precision. Think of it as a mirror held up to their darkest deeds, reflecting back every lie, every ounce of envy, and every act of sabotage they directed your way. While you rise, their world crumbles like a gingerbread house under a sledgehammer. They tried to write a story of your failure, but the plot twist is delicious. They've become the authors of their own downfall. You see, chosen ones, the universe doesn't miss a thing. It's like a masterful orchestra where every note of malice they struck against you has built into a crescendo of justice. Their judgment day isn't loud or theatrical. It's quiet, piercing, and inescapable, like the sound of breaking ice on a frozen lake. For every time they whispered your name with ill intent, the universe added another stone to their sinking ship. Now, as they flail in the icy waters of their own making, you stand warm and untouchable, wrapped in the glow of blessings earned by your resilience. This season, you're the star at the top of the tree, shining so brightly that it blinds those who once doubted your light. Your success is the fireworks they can't drown out, your glow-up the comet blazing across their dark skies. Their attempts to snuff out your flame didn't just fail, they fueled your fire. And now, while you bask in the warmth of your victories, they sit shivering in the cold, wondering how their schemes backfired so spectacularly. To the chosen ones, remember your triumph isn't just yours, it's a statement. Your existence is proof that destiny cannot be sabotaged. They tried to bury you, but they didn't know you were a seed. Now you've bloomed into a force of nature, unshakable, undeniable, unstoppable. This Christmas, let their reckoning be the background noise to your celebration. You're the main event, the miracle they can't ignore, and the proof that no force on earth can dim the light of the truly chosen. This is your season. Now let's dive deep into how this holiday isn't just festive lights and joy. It's the universe wrapping up its accounts and delivering justice in full force. But before we begin, take a moment to affirm your alignment with the universe by dropping the number 77 in the comments below. This is your signal to claim the blessings and clarity this season has in store for you. While you're at it, don't forget to hit that like button to spread this empowering truth to others who need to hear it. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you never miss the wisdom, guidance, and inspiration that keep you thriving. This is your time, your message, and your moment to rise. Let's dive in. Number 1. Karma's clock strikes midnight. Imagine a ticking clock in a quiet room, its rhythmic sound echoing louder with each second. That's how karma works. Silent, steady, and inevitable. For a while it seems like nothing is happening, but when the clock strikes midnight, everything changes. The truth explodes like fireworks in the dark, illuminating every shadow and exposing every secret. This Christmas, the clock has struck for your enemies, and their reckoning is gift-wrapped and delivered right on time. They thought they got away with their schemes, didn't they? They danced through the year, planting lies like landmines, expecting them to explode in your path. But karma doesn't forget. It waits, patiently building its case, letting them believe they're untouchable. And then, when the moment is right, it hits with the force of 1,000 bells tolling at once. Justice has its own rhythm, as the saying goes, and it never misses a beat. The timing couldn't be more poetic. The holiday season, a time for joy, reflection and togetherness, is the perfect backdrop for their unraveling. While the world glows with celebration, their shadows grow darker. It's as if every holiday light is a spotlight, highlighting the cracks in their carefully crafted facades. Their smiles are hollow, their laughter forced. They're trapped in a storm of their own making, clutching at a clock they can't rewind. Think about a snowball rolling down a hill. At first it's small, barely noticeable, but as it gathers speed, it grows bigger and more unstoppable. That's how karma builds. Every petty action they took, every jealous word they spoke, every backhanded move they made, it all piled up. Now, that snowball has turned into an avalanche, and it's crashing straight into their lives. For the chosen ones, karma is justice in action. You stood tall, weathering every storm they sent your way. You didn't retaliate or stoop to their level, and because of that, you've become untouchable. Your integrity was your shield, and now it's your spotlight. They underestimated the power of resilience, and now they're learning a hard truth. The harder they try to bury you, the deeper they dig their own graves. Picture them now, scrambling to hold things together. Their relationships are strained, their lies are catching up with them, and their energy is drained from the weight of their own negativity. They've spent so much time focusing on you that they forgot to build something real for themselves. While your light grows brighter, their world feels colder, darker, and emptier. Chosen ones, this is your moment. Their reckoning is not your burden to carry. It's the natural consequence of their own choices. While their clock ticks louder, your blessings flow in abundance. Karma's clock has struck midnight, and the universe has spoken. Justice is here, and your light cannot be dimmed. Number 2. Their world unravels like holiday lights in a tangle. Picture this. You're about to decorate your Christmas tree and you reach for the lights, only to find them a tangled mess. What seemed like a simple task becomes a frustrating challenge. You pull one string and another knot forms. You tug at another and it gets tighter. It's a chaotic, messy situation that refuses to be untangled, no matter how hard you try. This is the exact reality your enemies are living in right now. Their world is like a tangled mess of holiday lights. Knots of lies, betrayal, and negativity that they've been trying to control all year. They thought they could keep everything neat and tidy, pulling the strings of manipulation and deceit to create a perfect illusion. But now, as the universe pulls at the threads, everything is unraveling before their eyes. The very lies they told to hold things together are coming apart, and they're left holding a tangled mess that no amount of effort can fix. Imagine their panic as they desperately try to fix what's broken, but each attempt only makes things worse. They keep pulling at the knots, but the more they fight, the tighter the chaos becomes. That's the reality they've created. Every deception, every secret, Every ounce of malice they sent your way is now boomeranging back at them, leaving them tangled in the web of their own making. They thought they could keep their world together by covering up the cracks, but karma doesn't care about cover-ups. It seeks out the truth, and this holiday season, the truth is shining brighter than ever. Every family gathering, every social event, and every encounter with others becomes a reminder of their unraveling. The lies they've been telling are starting to crack under the pressure. The people they've been deceiving are starting to see the truth, and it's impossible to hide anymore. Their world that seemed so carefully constructed is falling apart, and all their efforts to maintain control are slipping through their fingers like sand. But you, chosen ones, you've seen through the lies all along. While they were tangled in their own mess, you were busy building a life that's genuine, authentic, and true. You've been growing, evolving, and glowing, and now, as they spiral in their own chaos, your light is shining brighter than ever. Their tangled web of deceit cannot compare to the clarity of your path. While they desperately try to fix their mistakes, you're standing strong, untangled, and untouchable. Their chaos is their own doing, and no matter how much they try to pull things together, they'll never fix the damage they've done. Their world is unraveling, and you're the one watching, shining, and thriving. Number 3. Your glow-up is their wake-up call. Imagine waking up from a deep sleep, only to be blinded by a light so bright that it stings your eyes. You squint, trying to adjust, but the brightness overwhelms you. It's like trying to step out of the shadows, only to be hit with the harsh reality of the sun, undeniable, inescapable, and impossible to ignore. That's what your glow-up feels like to your enemies. Their world, built on deceit and negativity, is suddenly shattered by the brilliance of your success. They tried to bury you. They thought they could keep you down, hide you in the shadows, and erase your potential. They believed their whispers, their sabotage, and their underhanded tactics would make you disappear. But instead, their actions only fueled your rise. Like gasoline poured on an already blazing fire, their negativity turned into the fuel for your transformation. Every attempt they made to tear you down has become the platform on which you've soared. And now they're watching you ascend, completely powerless to stop it. Your glow-up is their wake-up call. It's a truth they can no longer ignore. The success they tried to block, the happiness they wished for you to miss out on, is now impossible for them to escape. Everywhere they turn, they're faced with the undeniable evidence of your growth. Whether it's through mutual friends, social media, or casual conversations, your wins are impossible to ignore. And it stings. It cuts deep because they know, in their hearts, that their efforts didn't just fail, they backfired. While they were too busy plotting your downfall, you were silently building something unstoppable. Your career, your personal growth, your happiness, it's all coming together like a masterpiece, and they're forced to watch as you thrive. Your glow-up is the sharpest reminder of their failure. It's like a mirror they can't escape, showing them every mistake they made, every opportunity they wasted, and every chance they missed to build something meaningful in their own lives. They wanted to see you stumble, to watch you falter, but instead, they've become spectators in your victory. And the worst part? Your success is effortless. You didn't have to try to gloat or rub their faces in it. You simply kept living, kept growing, and kept glowing. But now your light is so bright it blinds them. Their envy has become their poison, and every time they see you shine, it's another reminder of just how much they failed to stop you. Your glow-up is not just a personal triumph, it's their reckoning. They're waking up to a reality they can't deny. You, You were never the one destined to fail. They were. Number 4. Their games became their graves. They thought they were clever, didn't they? Playing their little games, manipulating, lying and scheming, believing they could pull the strings while you were left to suffer. But what they didn't realize was that every move they made wasn't just an attack on you. It was digging their own grave. The higher they build their walls, the harder they fall. Every attempt to tear you down only set the stage for their own destruction. They thought they could control the narrative, spinning stories and creating illusions to make themselves look better. But those games weren't just a distraction. They were traps they set for themselves. The lies they spread to tear you apart are now the same lies, suffocating them. Their deceit became the weight that's pulling them deeper and deeper into the hole they tried to dig for you. Now they're trapped, choking on the very air they tried to steal from you. Imagine digging a hole, thinking it's for someone else, only to realize you've dug yourself in so deep you can't get out. That's what their games became. Graves they crafted with their own hands. Every underhanded move, every moment of malice, every time they tried to destroy you, it's all coming back to haunt them now. They never thought the consequences would hit this hard, but the universe doesn't miss a beat. While they drown in the mess they created, you stand unshaken, untouched by their games. You didn't stoop to their level. You stayed focused, calm, and true to yourself. And now, as they try to scramble out of the hole they dug, they're realizing that no matter how hard they fight, their downfall was inevitable. Their games became their graves, and you, chosen one, are the living proof that the truth always rises while lies rot from the inside out. You're standing tall, and they're sinking fast. Number 5. Silence is the loudest punishment. The loudest sound is often not a shout, but a silence that speaks volumes. And this Christmas, chosen ones, your silence is their punishment. You didn't need to retaliate. You didn't need to lower yourself to their level or engage in their petty games. Instead, you walked away, and that silence, that absence, is a storm they can't escape. Think about how powerful silence can be. Imagine someone who spent years talking, manipulating, and stirring up chaos. They've built their identity around creating noise, fighting, arguing, and pulling strings behind the scenes. And then, suddenly, there's nothing. No reaction, no fight, no words. It's as if you've taken away the one thing they've relied on to fuel their existence. And that's louder than any confrontation. When you chose to step away from the noise, you didn't just leave their lives, you left them with nothing. They're left sitting in a void they can't fill. All the energy they used to feed off of you, all the false power they drew from manipulating your every move, it's gone. They thought they could control you with their words, their lies, their drama, but now they're trapped in the silence of their own making. Every moment without your energy is like a deafening echo in their empty world, reminding them of what they lost and what they'll never have again. What hurts them the most is that your silence isn't a punishment. They're the ones punishing themselves. You didn't leave out of spite or anger. You left because you chose peace over their chaos. You chose to protect your energy, your growth, and your future. You removed yourself from their toxic grip, and now they're left floundering, scrambling to hold on to something that no longer exists. Your silence is their reckoning. It forces them to confront the truth. They never needed to break you. The moment they tried, they unknowingly broke themselves. They've spent so long projecting their insecurities onto you, trying to tear you down to make themselves feel whole. But now, in this silence, they see the reality. Without you, they're hollow. Without you, they're nothing. And that truth, it's louder than any shout they could have made. Chosen ones, your silence isn't weakness. its strength, and it's the loudest punishment they could ever face. Number 6. Karma wrapped in Christmas lights. This holiday season, karma isn't hiding in the shadows. It's wrapped up in Christmas lights, shining brightly for all to see. The same way a string of lights illuminates the darkest corners of a room, the truth about your enemies is being exposed in the clearest, most undeniable way. They tried to bury their actions, cover up their lies, and mask their malice, but no amount of glittering decoration can hide the mess beneath. This Christmas, karma is shining a spotlight on every dark corner they thought they could escape. Picture this. It's Christmas Eve, and the whole neighborhood is aglow with lights, bright, cheerful, and full of holiday spirit. But amidst the beauty, there's one house with lights that flicker, dim, and fail to shine. No matter how much the homeowners try to fix it, the glow never matches the rest. That's what your enemies are dealing with. While the world celebrates, their facade is flickering, unraveling in front of their eyes. Every secret they tried to hide, every evil they wished to keep buried, is now glowing like a string of lights exposed in the dark. The universe has a way of turning their efforts into a gift for you. Every lie they told, every attempt to sabotage you, has now come full circle and is illuminating their flaws. What was meant to be hidden in the shadows is now front and center, like a Christmas tree with all the decorations in full view, exposing the gaps, the broken bulbs, and the wires they never thought anyone would notice. They built a life on lies, manipulating people and situations to make themselves seem bright and beautiful. But this season, that illusion is shattered. Karma doesn't need to be loud to be effective. It's like a string of Christmas lights, quiet, consistent, and undeniable. It exposes them for who they truly are. The energy they wasted trying to tear you down now shines a light on their own flaws, regrets, and shortcomings. Every attempt to appear happy, every forced smile, every act of kindness is now overshadowed by the truth they can no longer hide. And you, chosen one, you stand tall, bathed in the warmth of real success and peace, while they suffocate under the weight of their own lies. Their lives may be flickering, but your light is unwavering, unshakable. Karma, wrapped in Christmas lights, isn't just poetic justice. It's a reminder that the truth always finds its way into the light, no matter how much they try to keep it hidden. This Christmas, let them see the brilliance of their own exposure. While they sit in the dim glow of their lies, you shine brighter than ever. Number 7. Your success is the spotlight they can't escape. The spotlight is on you, chosen ones, and there's no hiding from it now. Every step you take, every victory you claim, only brightens the glare that forces your enemies into the shadows. They thought they could dim your light, keep you stuck in the darkness of their schemes, but instead, they've unknowingly fueled your rise. Now, they're trapped in the very spotlight they tried to avoid. Every success you achieve is another spotlight they can't escape. Imagine a stage set for the performance of a lifetime. The lights are blinding, the audience is watching, and there's no curtain to hide behind. Your enemies thought they could remain in the audience, criticizing from the sidelines. But the moment you stepped onto that stage, everything changed. They tried to keep you off it, sabotage your path, and keep you from shining. But now you're in the center of that spotlight, and they can't look away. No matter how hard they try to distract themselves, your success is impossible to ignore. Every milestone you reach, every piece of progress you make, forces them to confront the truth they tried to bury. They can't avoid the glaring reality that their efforts to tear you down have only made you stronger. Your rise is a constant reminder of their failure. They wanted you stuck in the shadows, unseen and unheard. But instead, you've become the star of the show. And every time they see you succeed, it's like another spotlight shines on their insecurities and mistakes. Their jealousy burns like an ember, but it only makes your fire burn brighter. As you move forward, they can't escape the reflection of their own bitterness and regret. The harder they try to criticize, the more they reveal how small they've become in comparison. While they sit in the darkness, bitter and resentful, you stand in the spotlight, basking in the glow of everything you've earned. They tried to build a narrative of your failure, but your success has rewritten the story. It's not just a win for you, it's a defeat for them, and they're forced to watch it unfold in real time. The more they look, the more they realize that their petty attempts to break you have only made you stronger, and they can't escape the truth. You're shining now, and they're just a distant memory in the background. Your success isn't just personal, it's a lesson. It's a loud, undeniable message that no one can stay in the dark forever, and no amount of sabotage can stop someone destined to shine. Chosen ones, this is your season to shine, to celebrate the victories you've earned, and to watch as the universe delivers the justice your enemies deserve. Their schemes have failed, their lies are unraveling, and their reckoning is here. You are the light that cannot be dimmed, the force that cannot be stopped. If this message resonated with you, drop the number 77 in the comments to signal your alignment with the universe. Hit that like button to share this truth with others. And don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom and inspiration on your path to greatness.